Does anyone remember, if I say it is pitch dark, do you know what's likely to happen to you?
Attacked by a grue!
Yeah, you might get eaten by a grue, that's true. Oh, that rhymed, that was nice. Yeah, and in this episode 3 we were hunting a grue. And then after shooting that episode, we stumbled across, through the wonders of the internet, a rap that this guy called MC Frontalot had done, which is based on these text adventure games. And he's part of this movement called Nerdcore, so you can work out what that involves. Yeah, and I decided when Jamie wanted to do this night that I would attempt an acoustic cover of this rap. So, woo!
Yeah!
So, it may well go wrong, it probably will. I've tried to practice it as much as I can, but nerves are likely to get the better of me, so just, yeah, try and enjoy it if you can. You are likely to be eaten. You are likely to be eaten by a grue. If this predicament seems particularly cruel, consider whose fault it could be. Not a torch or a match in your inventory. You are likely to be eaten by a grue. If this predicament seems particularly cruel, consider whose fault it could be. Not a torch or a match in your inventory. It got narrated at you in the second person. Every time you put it up, it seems you've got another version of your life told to you by a status line blinking the impossible people you could be without thinking yourself insane. Of personality problems with them up on a dropship or trying to stab a goblin. That don't play in public life, you get arrested. Psychoactive medication daily in your big intestine, and attesting that the voices in your head say the dwarf shot first. Embedded arrow, then you bled. And doctors with needles pause it repeatedly that you knock down that midget in the park unneededly. This has seeded the idea that you should never venture from the house, never get misunderstood by the non-player characters inhabiting Earth, none of whom are too concerned about Nord and Bert. Does anyone know what that means? I don't know who Nord and Bert are. It's washed over me every time I don't. Anyway, none of whom are too concerned about Nord and Bert. Not one of whom ever aimed a fish around the room, trying to get it in the inner canal, because doom beset the last planet they were on, or near the verge with a set of poetics they wouldn't hear. Never peered at the clues with invisible ink. No SM goddesses ever gave them pause to think. Never piloted 6 robots, each distinct. Don't matter how many 2 liters they drink, they are not gonna follow what you're saying at all. They impugn and appall in the scope of their goal as you hide in your room in disgust with the lights turned out. Turn them on in a turn, leave them off for now. You are likely to be and prompts, type run, and you're running, and passes what you tell it, pronouns, intact abbreviations. If you need them, better keep it grammat. Better punctuate your sentences and never redact the name of anything ambiguous you're about to get asked. Do you mean the red one, the round one, the crooked, or the blue? Better keep that in your pocket, don't forget what it could do. Could be the spray for the brew. Gonna need it if it is a situation that reloads, restarts, or quits. Wonder how many points out of how many points you've got to get before you're done. Endeavour then to rejoice when you wish more ardently. Identity's fled for continuance, the rhyme forever voyaging fled from all lights and colours, from all sights and sound. Just the lyric on the monochrome displaying you're proud to make another verse appear by solving riddles. If you never had to sleep, you know you never seek acquittal. You'd be ever in the middle, in the midst of a quest. If it wasn't for Dom the gown, you'd never get dressed in your underwear typing, just like front keyboard attached up to my fingers, wrist bare the brunt. As I seek to do stunts simply through their descriptions, I think I went once to some sounds that were Egyptian. I retain plane tickets, snapshots, receipts, yet I stand like convinced that this has happened to me. Thoughts of peering over pyramids, of peering over dunes, thoughts of entering the things and descending stairs. Does it descend from there? Adventure to nightmare? Did I batter the snake? Did the treasure intact? Or did the TRS-80 in my brain get hacked? Thanks, Grandpa,